Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this special edition of Diecast Emporium. I could not be more ecstatic and excited to show you guys this model. This is the custom-made 187 scale Fire Department Mobile Command Center. This is built by my buddy London Drisdale of Cherokee Valley Railroad. He has a Facebook page by the same name. Again, that's Cherokee Valley Railroad. And also, he sells his custom models on eBay, and his seller name is the same, Cherokee Valley Railroad. So if you're active on eBay, I encourage you to follow him. Click that follow seller button on there. He does a lot of custom projects, such as custom trucks, vehicles, water slide decals, even some custom 187 scale signs. If you have a custom model that you have always wanted built, or that you think that you want to have built, of maybe even your vehicle, for example, in the real world, make sure that you send him a message through the private message option on the Cherokee Valley Railroad Facebook page. Send him some pictures of what you want done. He will then discuss the details and provide you a quote. With that information out of the way, let's dive straight into the review of this amazing piece of art here. It's the best way I can figure out to describe this. So the short version is, for the longest time, I've wanted a mobile command post in 187 scale for my layout. This vehicle in the real world typically would be used by all of the medical services, or rather all of the emergency services, medical, fire, police, even some of the government agencies, on a critical incident or a mass casualty incident, something that requires the use of these services to stay on a particular site for an extended period of time, sometimes even days or weeks on end. And honestly, if you take out the Matchbox real working rigs that was done years ago, there really isn't a proper model of it in 187 scale that's been done, at least not one to really my satisfaction, and certainly not one that's American made. There's a couple Herpa ones that are, done for the German fire department and some of the other European countries, but really nothing American that's all that great. So I really wanted an American one that goes along with my fire department, and I've had this idea in my head for a couple years. I found this guy on Facebook. I shot him a message and said, hey, I'm thinking about having this done. What do you think about it? And he blew my wildest expectations. This truck not only has the SAT communications, the comms device up on top, but it also has these extending sections here, which actually function. How cool is that? I mean, I'm just blown away. So the cab is a Walthers Scene Masters, I believe it's a International 4300 Durastar cab, so that's stock. You can buy those off the pegs. But the actual box unit, the command post, that is a 3D printed and completely designed box that he essentially designed and then printed and custom made himself. The toolboxes on the other side, as well as the doors, the windows, all of those are water slide decals that, once again, he made and applied, that really adds to the immersion and the realism factor and really makes it come alive. I asked him specifically for my fleet, for my fire department, to leave it pretty generic and red. However, if you want a fire truck done in your fire department colors or your fire department logo, he can do that. He does offer, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, custom water slide decals, so that won't be a problem at all. I just specifically asked him to leave this one plain. But this thing, as I've said a couple times already, turned out incredible. It far exceeded my expectations. And just the fact that the extending sections, once this vehicle is on the scene, can actually extend out and actually function, is truly a work of art. So, and I'll show you now that they actually, you can actually push these things back in, just like that, so that when the vehicle is traveling, they are now pushed in to the side of the truck. So there you have it, collectors. That is my brief review of my custom 187 scale Fire Department Mobile Command Post unit. Again, just so honored and thrilled to have this in the collection. I now really have two, what I like to call one-of-a-kind fire department units. If we go back a couple of years ago, you may have seen the rear mount aerial ladder truck that was done by my buddy Kent, and now I have this that was done by Cherokee Valley Railroad. So again, if you are interested in having something done by him in particular, I will post a link in the description of this video to his Facebook page. I strongly urge you to check him out. Great guy. From conception to completion, this project was done in, I believe, a little over a week and a half, which is unbelievable turnaround time. Again, something I very, very much appreciated. So once again, a final shout out to London Drisdale of Cherokee Valley Railroad. Contact him on Facebook, follow him on eBay, and a huge thank you for all of his hard work and dedication in making this truck a reality. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below. Until next time, take care and be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.